Hello everybody, welcome back to some Amnesia. Picking up where we left off, we're in Act 2 of the first game, The Dark Descent. And I'm remembering that right triggers to do stuff. Alright. So, let's see if we're looking this way. Let's go this way. Picking up where we left off, we have this weird looking fucking fountain there. It's got like this weird centipede looking thing with like a human face and wings. It's got the wings on the floor, and then for some reason some legs coming out, and also for some reason we can play in the water. But let's go this way first. Because why the hell not? Okay, apparently there's something called a grunt in this area. Oh, apparently there's a few different ones. Alright. I imagine that they kill me, because this time on my little thing here, it does not say, you know, doesn't do damage or whatever. Nope. The darkness in the storage feels strange and unnatural. Alright, is that a hint that we should, like, light it up? Because I did see a torch back here. Wow, that one torch actually lit it up quite a bit. Yeah, I mean, I got a lot of these. I don't mind using some. There it is. Yeah, that lit it up pretty good. Oh, and then there's another tinderbox right there even. Boop. Okay. Starting this room, I guess. Oh, that one I can't light. Well. Sneaky bastards. Oh, and I can't light this side either. Okay, well then let's take a step outside and let me see what exactly. Just so I don't waste my thing here, or what's in here. Okay. I think I understand now. 2 tinder boxes, and that is what here. Oh, I recognize these guys. Oh. Now, can they... Okay, but what exactly am I supposed to do with them then? If I can't lock them in the rooms to get rid of them, like how much do they like patrol? And like, do they hear me running around? Like, I don't... Like, I don't know. Okay, so the valve has rusted shut on that. Not that I know what the fuck to do with it anyway. pretty dark in here with those lit. But... Okay, so once again, there's supposed to be two tinder boxes. Another drill part. Stand next to the light. Oh, I need to find all the... Okay, well then don't tell me that I can... Then why are you telling me that to do it if I can't actually do it? Like, come on. What the fuck noise was that? Yeah, the 7 reward points, but I don't know what that other noise was. Although I have a feeling that that was a computer noise, not a... Got a light in here, yes we do. Got one there. We got one on this side, yes we do. Good, like that. With a candle. Alexander, I've prepared the explosives you needed for clearing the flood drain. I can't stress enough how important it is that the mixture is handled with care. Please try to tell your feather-brained servants this before you go ahead with your plans. The liquids are not by themselves explosive and should be kept separated to avoid further mishaps. I've arranged 2 large vats in the next room for the ingredients. All you need to do is mix the liquids and you are ready to go. Agrippa. Okay. So if that's the note and we picked up the tinder box, that's everything that's in there then. Puts candles on the floor. No, there we go. Tinder box. Oh, look at 2 tinder boxes immediately to replace the ones that I just used to light up this room. Oh, and some more. I did take a hit, but how are we looking? A few cuts and bruises. Alright. Got those 2 tinder boxes. Got that. Okay. Oh, it's nice of them to have this one already lit up. Tinder box, another drill part, another tinder box. Heyo, and now we got a drill. Okay, so now if this is rusted shut, yeah, I don't know. I don't know how to open it then. Unfortunately now we do have to go up where the other dickhead was. And in case you're wondering why he's the other dickhead, I would be the first dickhead. How is my sanity? Probably not great, right? Oh, it's crystal clear, look at that.
Please, let me go. I won't tell anyone, I swear. I just want to go home. No! Get away from me! Leave me alone!
Okay. So, like, is this thing still around? I don't know why they would have that and that right there. rubble from caving is hindering further passage in the storage. Find a way to get through. Alright, well, I'm assuming I need the explosives. But the thing is rusted shut, and it won't let me... Yeah, so... Does enemies show up, and then, like, if you avoid it, it just kind of, like, walks away and disappears? Is that how the enemies work in this game? I mean, obviously, the one in the water didn't, but... Cannot use the item this way. Cannot use the item this way. How do I... Because, I mean, I'm assuming... Yeah, no use. The valve is rusted shut. How do I... Uh, um, I'm looking through the guide. I'm actually looking at the guide to see what it is I'm supposed to do, because I've got nothing. And I don't know if maybe I just need to leave or what, but... I mean, but that's what I tried to do. It's literally telling me to use the drill on the keg. But I did that, and the game was like, no, you can't do it that way. Like... I don't... Whatever. Nonsense, and you know it, game. You guys watch me try that, like, 2 or 3 times, and the game was like, nah. Alright. Yeah, I really don't know. I keep hearing the girl cry and whatnot, but it's it seems to always be to my left no matter what, which is interesting. So maybe he went into this room. Maybe that's where that guy went. Also, I recognize those things. What from though? Oh, they remind me of the I mean, obviously this came out first. But when the in Resident Evil Revelations, they remind me of the bad guys in there. Oh, do I have to like... Ugh. Well, apparently that rock was heavier. Oh, there we go. That looks like did it. Just like tinged it too. Got light in the middle. That seems like a good spot. Just replacement tinderbox immediately. don't want to waste my torch. Not my torch, my lantern. How bright is that? That's pretty good. If I do this one, that should be good enough for the whole hallway, right? Yeah, look at that. Okay. Little room. And apparently I ran out of oil, but that's fine. I think I have. I won't fill it up all the way, just in case I come across one of those things that lets me fill it up. Box, I saw you back there. Oil. Oh, apparently I'm considered in the darkness here. Saw my screen going wobbly. Not a huge amount of things to light up in this room. I mean, I got that candle in the corner. I'd like a nice torch, but... Go here. Another tinder box. Now, according to my map, there's an enemy in here. And unfortunately, there's also apparently 3 tinder boxes in there, which is quite a bit. Saw me. Was there really no doors this whole way? Ow, prick. How is it fair that it's faster than me? Yeah, really, just no doors whatsoever, eh? Wow, barely conscious, eh? Few cuts. Okay, so this literally just heals you one level, eh? So, you have enemies that see you when you're in the light, which makes sense. But if you hide in the dark, you go crazy. How does that track? Where it's like, if it's dark, you're going to go crazy, and well, I guess on higher difficulties you would die. We're on normal, so I don't think we die. But still, let's assume that you were on a higher difficulty. The enemy comes at you, and you can either basically stay in the light and get killed by the enemy, or stay out of the light and die from going crazy. Like, I guess on higher difficulties, once your sanity meter gets high enough, your character just ends himself. Alright, well, let's hope that he's disappeared now. I still don't really understand how they work. It's probably something that I should look up and figure out, because it's probably important. Yeah, I don't know.
Please, I'm begging you.
Somebody had a bad day. I'm assuming the candles give off less light to make it easier to hide, because it, you know, with less light there's more shadows, but okay. If a full set of 3 rods is unavailable, there is 1 rod in the inner study rooms which might work in case the elevator breaks down again. Unless it is absolutely necessary, always use the spare rods in the storage before using a mended one. Okay. Okay. Weird. Did pick up, yeah, both rods. Because according to this thing, there should have been a bad guy there. Maybe because I had the door closed, he didn't spawn in properly or something? I don't know. Okay, but before we advance further... Amnesia... And according to this thing, they're called grunts. Alright. Not as powerful as the brutes, considerable threat. Okay, so don't stare at them. Oh, so if you run, it won't run. Or if you walk, it'll walk. Okay, so I don't know why they're disappearing then. Let's see. Okay. Okay, so most of the time they despawn, but apparently there are some that don't. So I'm not quite sure. That one there didn't even spawn though, so. Don't really have a good place to hide here. be dark enough, you know? Like it might not be dark in this corner because I have my brightness up. I think it might be dark because my screen is going woohoo-y. Okay, he's going down the stairs, that's fine. Because that means we can just bail. I'm assuming they can't follow you through these. Because that would be weird. Herbert's trunk was wrapped in rope. The lock had been broken by thieves, he assumed. He wondered if anything had been left considering all the hands they had passed. Alright. See, apparently next we should be going to the guest room.
Don't forget your bag, Daniel.
I won't, Herbert.
There is no shame in using a parasol in the desert. As it happens, it's imperative to your survival.
But it looks ridiculous.
The shade will hurt much less than dying, I assure you.
I don't know why you would use a parasol. I mean, just use an umbrella. When that, like... I guess they're not hugely different, but still. Guest room. Oh, apparently the smallest area in the game.
My journal. What do they want with my journal?
Okay, so apparently the monster will spawn in here if given enough time. The lock is broken. Find another way to open the closed door in the guest room. Oh, cockroach. Box, crowbar.
2nd of July, 1839. I received a letter today from the Algerian governor's office disclosing the fate of Herbert's expedition. About a week after my departure, Abdullah, one of the men traveling with us, returned from the desert. He was badly injured, as if maimed by a lion. The man rambled deliriously about the expedition being attacked by something horrible. The French quickly dispatched a search party to look for the expedition. After searching for days, they found the camp abandoned without any trace of Herbert or his men. Tomorrow, I'll retrieve the things they recovered from Herbert's tent at the customs house. I don't know what to make of it, but I'm worried for him.
Well, that's not good. And there's a tinderbox here.
3rd of July, 1839. Today I picked up Herbert's things at the customs house. I dug through the trove of documents he had carried and found a log detailing the expedition. The nature of this text ranged from quick notes to colourful accounts of transpired events. I skimmed the pages, trying to figure out what might have happened. May 17th, the day I was trapped inside the orb chamber, Herbert dryly states, "Recovered Daniel after 1 hour of entrapment." This confused me greatly. I was suffocating within minutes. How could I have lasted an hour? I continued reading the peculiar text. Herbert states his facts without judgment or passion, but suddenly I could read frustration into his text. He pushed his men to investigate the underground tomb, an effort which seems to have strained the minds of his men. Madness spread through the ranks, and Herbert had to take some extreme measures to continue. He finally visits the chamber himself, where he retrieves the orb to the surface. His account confuses me greatly. If he has the orb, what are those pieces in my drawing room?
Solid question. Some laudanum. And then we can crowbar this open. Oh.
The key. Please, let it be here.
Important key is hidden in the guest room.
4th of July, 1839. It's done. The orb is assembled. I was awakened by an exhausting nightmare. Shaking and sweating, I retired to the drawing room with a cup of tea. The relic pieces lay spread across the table as I'd left them, but somehow I knew how it was supposed to be. I fetched the tar, which I had prepared to fix the pieces together, and without fault I joined them, producing the orb I remembered so clearly. The tar proved unnecessary. It was pushed out from the joining pieces as they merged on their own, with no adhesive. The ancient stone relic now rests on my table. Its immaculate surface and perfect shape could have been molded by a factory. This is all too strange. Oh, thank God, there it is. I guess it is a good place to hide it then.
Yep, I heard you. You better find a place to hide. Oh, that must be him hitting the doors. Doesn't sound like hitting wood, but it sounds like he's fucking slicing into flesh. I don't know. I understand why, you know, it's like, oh, don't look at them. You have your sanity to look out for. But at the same time, like, it's kind of annoying because it's like, how am I supposed to know where they are to avoid them if I can't look at them, you know? I guess he despawned. I'd say he really tore this place up, but it was already a mess. So. Oh, nice. Apparently there's no enemies in the next area. He flipped through the Book of Monarchs looking for etchings and counted. 9 different kings from all over Europe have been depicted with an orb resting in their hands. Is that like, I want to say they did something... Yeah, they did that in Assassin's Creed too, did they not? With the Apple of Eden in, it may have literally been Assassin's Creed 2. When I first said that, I meant, you know, Assassin's Creed as well, but now come to think of it, it may have been 2, or at least the Ezio trilogy. I do believe you, whichever one had the Subject 13 glitches or whatever, and you had to go into them and then solve the puzzle. I think a bunch of them had it where the puzzles were just like a picture and you had to find where like the important person. You had like Napoleon and like Catherine the Great and whatnot all holding an orb in some way. To my most trusted student and friend Johann Weyer, the most remarkable thing happened as I was traveling through the Prussian woods this summer. I finally found one of the orbs I've been looking for the last 20 odd years. It is as inexplicable as the Heliodromus described it in the Hortus Conclusus. It was as it was told about, an underground Mithraic temple crowned with the unearthly artifact. The orb was big enough to fill my cupped hands, and the texture was smooth and jagged. 1 second. Its color washed while rich is not enough, or contrast is not enough to describe its nature. Its color washed while rich. I don't understand what that means. It was an impossibility, an artificial paradox captured within stone. I was staying in a nearby village called Altstadt, investigating one of the antiquated trails when I finally found the cavern. I went inside and suddenly I could verify the truth of these enigmatic artifacts. They were real. As you can understand, this is the most important discovery of my life, but it has also become my greatest fear. As I entered the underground chamber, I could feel that I was trespassing. Because of my curiosity, I did my best to fight these instincts and fetch the orb from its place. I scrambled out of the chamber and into the woods. I could sense something was following me. It bayed loudly as it closed in. The beast, this guardian of the orb, was relentless in its pursuit. I made my way to a nearby ravine where I stumbled upon some men fishing in the lake. I tried to warn them as I passed, but fortunately they remained as I continued my escape. When I heard their cry of pain echo through the valley, I felt such a tremendous sense of relief, thinking I would be spared. Suddenly, a blue shimmering light engulfed me, and the colors of the forest were washed away before my eyes. Oh god, this is so long. I kept running through the bleak surroundings. The trees had turned charcoal black with leaves of cinder, the ground covered in murky water. I pressed on through the drenched land as the glowing ember gave way to the rising wind and rained on me. I could hear pleading screams in the distance, and I joined in as pain and fear overtook me. I fell to the ground, gasping for air. This certainly must sound strange, but I had been carried miles away across the Alps to a grassy field outside Genoa. The Guardian had taken the orb from me, but still, until this day, I fear its return. Sometimes I lay awake at night, listening for the howling cry I heard in the forest. It has been nearly a decade since that day, and I still haven't been able to write about the incident. The last time we spoke, you told me about your interest in ongoing research into the mythic orbs, and I realized I owed you the truth about my visit to Allstadt. Your friend and mentor, Henry Cornelius Agrippa. Alright. Well, I like this area. It's fairly well lit. It worries me slightly because I can't tell if it's actually well lit or if it's just because I have the because here's the thing. Things get darker when you upload them to YouTube. I don't know why. And I prefer to see what I'm doing in games. So I always put the brightness up. Although I can't put the brightness all the way up lately. I guess it must um okay. I guess games are just getting better about it. Because I feel like more and more now, if I actually turn it up the brightness, it really screws with stuff. Uh, and like just can't do it basically because it takes like it just looks so bad when it's fully maxed out now. Oh good, just one page. Canis lupus familiaris, 1658, April 12th. Okay. After a short study, it is clear that the agitation found among humans can be found in the dog. Fear and pain induce stress, which seems to trigger an endogenous, I don't know that word, response, causing the animal to burst with energy. I believe that the catalyst is produced in the brain. It is difficult to determine exactly where and what it is, but I can sense it. It reeks of cosmic genesis. There is an inherent problem in harvesting this energy since the creature is bound to die from the exercise. I must refine this process of torture to enable any real work to be done. More experiments must be performed, but it seems that only human beings are able to produce the amount necessary. It might be their ability to appreciate the severity of the process that ultimately augments their experience of terror. So because humans have a higher level of sentiency, they understand fear more. I mean, I get that. I can go with that. what you're harvesting it for, I have no idea, because I feel like no matter what, it's still not going to be enough energy to actually make a difference. Uh, 1658, January 9th. Further disappointment that antiquarian's latest findings yielded nothing. I am still unable to grasp the inner workings of life and its relation to the power I sense within it. I shall pursue more books on the subject, but I suspect it will be in vain. Since no research has been made in my particular interest, I must attempt to fill that void myself. Clearly, humans emanate more of the energy I seek, but I hope animals will suffice, as they would prove less of a hassle to acquire. Well, yeah, generally. Just gotta worry about getting PETA on your ass. Okay, so I'm going to assume then that I need to go out that window and around to get into this room. Yeah. I do have a jump, right? Yeah. It's not a very good jump, but that could just be because I've been playing Borderlands. I'd say don't look down, but I kind of need to see the gaps I'm jumping over. All right, that's gonna suck to go back over. When will it be my turn? Have I not shown restraint? My patience spans centuries. From where I came, mankind has not even wasted a breath, yet I bow to you. I have done so much for you, and I have gained nothing in return. Agrippa, I trusted you. It was I who, in all fairness, should have entered that gate. What? Oh, elevator schematic. I saw that pop up, and I was like, did I just, like, become an architect? But no, okay, it was what was written on behind me there. Oh, lantern oil. Okay, so that's a little under halfway. And a little over halfway. Wow, that's kind of pathetic. Okay, it seems like it's too dark in here, so let's get some light going. Because I'd rather not use my lantern in this place. Okay, there's the other rod. If the elevator breaks down again, make sure to use the steam engine to build up pressure before channeling it into the machinery. Adjust the levers to get the right amount of pressure inside the chamber. The meter should read up 8 and down 8. Make sure the flow is set according to the following chart. Trinity steam set functions, 4-phase amplitude, complete steam flow cycle. Note that the machine will not check proper configuration until all rods are inserted. Okay, well I'll have to remember to keep that in mind. And 2 more to go. How many do I have now? Oh wow, we're up to 26 tinder boxes. That's a lot. And I used quite a few of them in storage. Granted, with how dark it was down there, I feel like you were meant to. So I'm taking down the trees. Alright. Okay. So now that's the back, or that's the study taken care of. Sir William Smith had been marked. Will Smith was a sir. There is no way for him to know that the young men from the other day cast such a terrible shadow. You think so we need to save the planet from aliens? Oh.
Herbert, how did we find this place? An old friend back in Algiers gave me a map.
Why isn't he with us? Didn't he want to come?
He wanted to, Daniel, but things don't always turn out the way we planned.
Okay, so now we have weird goop, and I don't know why we suddenly have the weird goop, but we don't have any acid to get rid of it, so I guess that's just to stop us from backtracking, but I don't think that we would have been able to backtrack anyway, would we have? This should be the... no, that's storage.
an ascending room. Will it take us to the inner sanctum?
It will definitely take care of the vertical part of our journey. So, you have ridden an elevator before?
Yes, the Colosseum at Regent's Park has one. It takes you to the gallery where you can view the panorama.
Good. This ride might be a little longer, and in the other direction.
Okay, so yeah, this is the elevator, and based on what we found, is busted. So we need to go and set the other thing in the machine room, which is apparently locked, but that's fine, because we already got the key. He panted heavily, trying his best to keep himself from screaming. The medicine cabinet had been overturned, and apparently it wasn't important enough to leave up long enough for people to read.
It's cold.
Is it?
5th of July, 1839. Today I went to the university looking for answers. I was able to sneak into Herbert's office and pick up an address book along with some relevant textbooks. Professor Taylor at the Faculty of History was very helpful, and I managed to approach the subject of the orbs. The most interesting aspect was the prevalent trace they had left in our culture. The mythic orbs may, in fact, have inspired the globus cruciger, which so many royal regalia holds to this day. In ancient times, the orbs were held by priests as a symbol of the sun and its power. As I was leaving, I overheard a disturbing conversation. Sir William Smith, the geologist, was killed last night. Less than a fortnight had passed since I'd asked for his expertise. I know it's silly, but I can't help feeling responsible somehow.
Okay, I'm not quite sure why you feel responsible for that, but whatever. Oh my god, pull out your lantern, man. God, I mean, this dude must just have a fear of the dark, right? Like, there's no way he doesn't. Pressure. Okay, well, hang on, let's, notes. Here we go, elevator machine. Make sure the flow is set according to the... Okay, adjust the levers to the right amount of pressure inside the chamber. The meter should read up 8 and down 8. Okay. Go up, come down. And then this one is 5 and 6. Okay, so that would be 8 at the top right there. Or, no, that would... Well, I guess we'd be at 9 now. 2, 3, 4, 5. Be too much. Oops. 2, 3. Put that one down. That would be... So 1, 6. That would be 8 there. But up here, we would be at 10. Okay. So if we were to do that, and that, put some 5 there, 5, 5, 6, 7, no, this one would have to be 8. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so now our pressure is right. I don't need to like turn the knob or anything, do I? Alright, pressure is correct. God, who the hell set these pipes up? Like, come on. Ow. Just smacked myself in the face with the door. Okay. flow. Notes. Trinity Steam 4. The flow is set according to the following. Trinity Steam set. Complete Steam flow cycle. Okay, what the flow cycle? Okay. So complete. That one would go there, right? Four phase, so four corners there, and Trinity would be triangle. Note that there are only 2 spare rods left in the storage for the elevator machinery. Make sure to only discard the ones which are badly damaged and keep the others in the inner study rooms in case all 3 would crack again. Okay.
14th of July, 1839. I've read every book I can find on the subject. While rich in legend and hearsay, my knowledge is lack for the insight I crave. I've sent letters to many in Herbert's address book and received answers of varying importance. Today, I got one which differed greatly from the others. From a baron in Prussia. He said nothing about the quaint stories of priests in underground temples. He didn't even mention them. He simply wrote, "I know. I can protect you. Come to Brennenburg Castle." Signed, Alexander. What am I to make of this? Protect me from what? Is someone after me? I looked up Brennenburg and traced it to the Prussian woods near the Baltic Sea. While being the least informative letter I've received, it causes me greatest distress and interest. As I write, my thoughts are drawn to my nightmares in which a most disturbing sound calls to me. A sound defying description. A voice from the void. The last few weeks have been awful, with so many sleepless nights dreading a repeat of those horrid dreams. Tomorrow, I shall visit my physician, Dr. Tate, in hope that he can provide me with sedatives to help me sleep.
It's not always the best answer, dude.
Excuse me, there is a message for you.
Tinderboxes. And a big old gear that I think we might need. Just because it is marked on this map as like a thing. I guess we'll take it with us. And then there's another one there too. I mean, I guess we'll just come back for it when we need it. I don't know if where we need it or even if we need it, but okay. There we go. Light this place up a little bit since we're apparently going to need to be here a bit. We'll go and grab the other one, and we do have a fuck ton of tinder boxes. I still kind of want to get this like on PC and download a mod that just gives like infinite tinder boxes or something. Alright, what happened to the fucking cog? I mean, it must have went like line somewhere, would it not? Okay. I imagine that I need all of them. I mean, it didn't like fly into here, did it? That seems like awfully long distance.
17th of July, 1839. How has this escaped me? They're all dead. Limbs scattered, heads split down the middle, their skin flayed as if boiled. I feel like I'm falling into myself. What's happening? Sir William Smith, Professor Taylor, now Dr. Tate. Is it following me? How can it not be? It's the damn thing I brought from Africa. Something is after me. I have no choice but to trust the Baron. He better know what he claims. If he is wrong, I suspect he'll regret it as well.
Here's another one. Now you go there. Out. Okay, so I imagine I need to put something in there.
There's nothing left. Everything is gone.
Okay, well I'm assuming that like I need to put this in there. I don't know how much I need to put in there. I will guess just kind of load it up. I don't know why I'm bothering though with my other gear has seemed to have disappeared. Oh, the burner is now full of coal. Alright. Okay. Now that's going. But I really don't know what to do about this other cog, because it clearly vanished. So I guess I'll just like go out and then come back and hope that it reloads the area with the cog in place, like back where it was, over near where it would have dropped.